Well, welcome back to the Comedy Store Doorcast. I'm your host, Luke Schwartz. I've got the new guys with me this week. It's a lot of fun. 3 new hires. To my left, Willie Simon. Hello, Willie.
What's up?
And then across is Torio Van Grol.
Hello.
And then Zack Chapaloni.
What's up?
Hi, everybody. It's nice to have you all here. So if you tip at the door and mention the Doorcast, we shout your name out on the podcast. Eggman tipped $5. So thanks, Eggman. Appreciate that. He vented me personally.
Eggman.
My boy.
And then Michael Gamero tipped $5. And that's all that got written down this week.
It's not as cool as Eggman, but it's still really cool
Yeah.
to tip.
Eggman feels like more money.
Yeah. I don't know why. I know it's the same amount.
Same amount of money, but that's how it goes. We have a free show every Wednesday in the Belly Room. Every Wednesday at 10:30, you get to see Door Guys go up and do like 5 minutes of comedy, and it's too long of a show, and it's really a good time. It's free if you come and mention the Doorcast. You just got to get the 2 drinks, and it's a lot of fun.
Great.
And you get to hang out, and see me,
Which
is always
It
great.
is always a good show, too.
It is always a good show, and I did notice that Jessica Wellington, her phone, her lock screen is her own face. How's your week
That's
been?
hilarious.
How's your...
In which
That's
wig, though?
wild.
I don't know.
Okay.
But it's fun.
It'd be fun if it changed every day.
I have my
Just a
face, but
different
it's
face,
with
yeah.
it's with my girlfriend, though, and that's acceptable.
Oh, that's
Like having
totally
like
fine.
a couple one.
Yeah,
so-
you love that.
I still think that's kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm only looking at her when I'm not like, oh, there's me again,
Right.
But
Oh my
you're,
God,
I don't
it's
think
me
that's
and my
weird.
you're half
girlfriend
the
hanging out.
picture. You're
My
half
lock
the subject
screen.
of
Yeah.
the picture. It's odd. I don't know. It's odd.
It's more like a whole thing. You know what I mean? Like when you look at a painting, you look at the whole painting, not just, oh, look at that
Is
one
that
guy.
weird? Because my lock screen is Willie and his girlfrend.
Yeah.
And
That's not weird.
No, that's okay. Yeah,
not
actually,
there.
that's
fine.
okay. Yeah.
Oh,
You're
okay.
just looking at 2 people.
All right,
just looking at art.
All right,
that you
nice.
whatever.
Yeah, that's somehow less weird than mine. That's-
All right.
How long are you guys? Well, you do a podcast together, Zack and Torio.
Yeah.
Right? And so how long have you guys known each other? You're Bay Area guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've done comedy 10 years. I've probably known you 10 years.
Yeah. I was,
9
I
or
think,
10?
a couple years in when
Yeah.
I met you. And we weren't that close, but then we moved down here and decided to live in the same house right as the pandemic kicked off. So we thought some of us would be on tour and the rest of us could enjoy a whole house to ourselves for cheap
How many
rent.
people live in the house?
Well, it was me, my wife,
Yeah.
Torio, and Emily Catalano.
Yeah.
And then Emily's boyfriend was trapped in with us for the pandemic.
Oh, man.
So it was a lot of
Which
us.
we never discussed.
Yeah, that was a problem for a little bit.
He was just there.
That's great.
That-
So you guys
that
didn't get as close with him then?
No, we're close.
Yeah, he's our boy. But yeah, we were bored and we started doing Zoom shows from the house.
Of course.
And then we started doing a podcast. I had some friends, she lent me her equipment. And then people started enjoying it. We ended up just buying the equipment off her and
Never thought we'd still be doing this podcast.
no. Yeah.
It's like
That's very. You thought it was a little project. for
every
like a couple
Monday we
months.
do it. I'm like, I can't believe we're still doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. You always had the energy of like,
Please
all
stop
right, you want to
listening.
meet me in the living room for like 5 minutes? Do this fucking thing.
So you both Bay Area locals, or just started comedy there?
I'm a local.
I started comedy there. I grew up in San Diego.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and neither of you worked at clubs before this.
Never.
Only as comedians.
Yeah, not as like
Never.
door guys or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
Because Will, you were an improv door guy for a while,
Yeah.
no, and that's okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Good.
Yeah, it was nice. No respect at all from it, but
Right.
It was
Yeah.
cool.
I
Really?
wonder
Do
what-
it.
there's
Yeah.
like really no. There's not much. I mean, there's a little status at the improv, but not
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
Is
no,
it,
it's
is it
just
like it
kinda-
at the punchline? It's kind of status, right?
Punchline, I feel
No.
like you can work your way in pretty fast by just having a good set.
He says no.
yeah, really.
Wait, what? No, if you're a door guy?
Oh, no.
That's what you're asking,
Yeah,
right?
if you're a door guy.
sorry.
Most
No.
door guys aren't even comics there.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with the
Really?
improv. Most of them are just
People that want to hang out with
yeah,
comics.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like security.
I think
people and
some
shit.
people at Punchline and Cobb's, the other side, I think they get jobs, if they're comics, they get jobs as door guys there because they know the Comedy Store mystique.
Yeah.
And they learn real fast
Yeah.
that it's not the same and they quit.
Well, there's mystique about this place, but we also the job is not great. It's not like it's
Right.
you do shit.
Right.
Yeah.
We're a door guy.
Yeah, it's very much like you earned your spot. Now you have to like
But you
fucking
get
clean up.
But you
puke or
get
whatever.
sets, whereas Punchline and Cobb's, I don't know how the improv is. You get no sets.
No, yeah.
You had to audition
does
for
it.
them. Yeah, but you have to you get hired and then you have to audition later for them and then read depending on how you did and let you do it. But
Right, that's what an audition is.
yeah, after you get hired.
Depending on how you did. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, that's interesting. And so what's the you've been working here, all three of you now for like 2 weeks. First week was training. Second week, you're like doing real shifts and stuff.
Yeah.
What sticks out? What's it like?
Dude, I saw a fight on my first night.
There we go.
Hell
First
yeah.
training shift.
That's what I'm talking about.
And he started it.
These two women, I started it and then I watched it.
Yeah.
No, these two women were going at it on the patio.
Oh, yeah?
Real hard, like violent.
Oof.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Closed fists or slaps?
I was just holding punches.
Yeah.
Drinks thrown. I was holding the ladder for Cooper. He was changing the marquee.
Right.
So I was just like, all right, my job is to hold the ladder. You fucking bitch, don't you ever talk to my husband again. It's like smack. Full on fist fight. They couldn't pull them away from each other. And I was just staring at it the whole time, like and then Cooper climbs down. He takes like one step up. He goes, why don't we wait till this dies
That's
down
a scary
before I
place
go
to
up
be.
a ladder?
Makes sense.
Very smart. For like, bodies jostling around. You don't want to be like 2 stories in the air.
Yeah, exactly. And I watched it kind of like in shock, like first day on the job, like, holy shit, it was like a hard fight. It wasn't like a cat fight. It was like man punches. And
Women can fight too.
Yeah, women
That's what we're learning.
I learned that on my first day. Like, this place really is
Growing
equal
up
opportunity.
in LAUSD, I knew women could fight. There's a lot of like girl on girl fights that were like not cute or
Right.
anything. Like, it was like real. There was some business.
Real
being
torque
handled.
from the hips there
Oh
on
yeah,
those punches.
everyone. Yeah, torque from the hips is exactly like leaning into it. That's good.
Was there like a clear winner?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Do you
I
think
love
that
when there's
lady's
a
going to
winner.
talk to her husband again, or that other lady's husband again?
I don't think so. No.
So she lost.
She
Yeah, she
lost.
Because if you win, that's your husband now.
Yeah,
Come on.
exactly. I mean, like, I get to talk to your husband whenever I want, bitch.
Yeah.
They were
And the
fighting
husband's
for
just
him.
like chilling. He's just like,
Yeah.
it's happened.
I kept looking around like, where is I got to see what this guy looks like. He wasn't there.
It's Casanova.
Yeah, it's Cooper. He's like, keep me up here, dude. Keep me up here.
Honey, please.
He's so embarrassed. He's turning bright red.
Oh man.
But Alex Young came across the driveway just cracking up. He's like, dude, your
He
face.
loves that shit.
He was like, Zach, your face that whole time, you looked like such a scared little bitch. I was like, really? And then I went in and I was watching Bruce seat people. And he was like, just watch how I do it, and like, so I'm just watching like very attentively. And I don't know the name of the first comic that was going up that night in the main room. He was a paid regular, I
In
assume.
the main room.
Yeah, in the main room. He was I didn't see him, but he was standing like 2 feet away from me, and I don't know. He's like, dude, your face right now, you're either having like an existential crisis or you're just hyper focused on people taking their seats. I'm like, why is everyone watching my face on day one?
Like a Vietnam vet.
Yeah, 1,000-yard stare at the customer. Sure. That's an eventful first day.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, good. And I trained, I think, all three of you in different rooms and
Yeah.
different stuff. Tori, how was your first week of training and see anything fights?
I thought my trainer was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was fun. I didn't get to see anything cool like a
laugh
fight.
at that
Who fucked up your training so bad?
Go on.
He was that
It was
Luke.
just left.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Here it is, man. I'll see you around."
This is your baby now.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think I gave you more than
No,
that.
it was good.
I
No,
went
it was
through a
good.
lot of shit, and then I left.
We had. Yeah, it was like I think I got it
really
now.
gave a
Now
lot
I'm
of
gonna-
details
Yeah,
for
yeah,
like an hour and a half, and then I was gone.
I had the same experience with
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I know
taught you
where
how to
every
swim, and here's
switch
the deep
did.
end.
Yeah.
exactly.
I guess my best. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to follow a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't beat that. We had I was sitting, like in the main room, where you sit and just kind of watch the show on that not booth,
The back
stool.
towards
and
the
then,
bathroom.
And then another door guy had to tell a woman to be quiet, and she didn't react well to it, so she left.
Yeah, good.
Obviously,
Was
And-
she asked to leave, or did she leave?
No,
on her
no.
own?
Sorry, the door person left.
Oh,
And the lady comes up to me and she goes, "Did you tell that door guy to tell me to shut up?" And I'm like, "That'd be a weird move. I'm sitting like 10 feet from you. It'd be weird for me to delegate that." And I'm like, "No."
Yeah, she's like, have some balls and tell me
but
to
also,
shut up
but also,
myself.
yeah.
But also yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, I was just like,
right.
I just said no. I'm not going to talk more than I need to this crazy lady.
Yeah.
And then she was like, she just started cussing me out. Because I was the only door guy left at this point. So I'm like, okay, I'll just get you a manager. I feel like that's what you want. She's like, that's exactly what I
Well,
want.
We have an HR department. It stands for Here's Richie.
Yeah, right. I wish Richie was there.
trouble.
I feel like that would have been.
We need to make shirts, Tony. That's going to be a shirt. HR, Here's Richie.
Yeah,
on the
that's
back,
great.
Here's Richie.
You don't want to hear from our HR.
TDPT. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll tell Marvin. Shout out Marvin. So what happened after she cussed you out?
She went off. She's like, I'm the head of NBC, which was a fun line.
Wow.
Cool.
I don't think that's true. I didn't Google it because I don't care enough.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's not the head of
Imagine
NBC.
She's in
executive
GA.
Who's in GA. Who is like is not.
Wait, there's VIP booths?
Who's
I've never
yelling
heard.
during a show. I don't think you ascend the ranks by being shitty.
Yeah.
Like,
She was
in
at
that
one point.
way.
She was like,
So obviously
I was helping
bad.
the show. That's my favorite line. I've
Oh,
heard that one
God,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Mark Maron needs your help. And
Yeah. I'm
the
the
head.
only one helping.
Yeah.
Everyone else is quiet. Why
Right.
aren't you helping this guy who's crushing?
Yeah, he was destroying.
Thanks for not leaving them hanging up there.
I've done that too. Like, what a help.
You're
God.
great.
But yeah, that was the first moment where I was like, "Oh, my life's gonna suck sometimes here. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna, that's
Yeah.
gonna be me sometimes."
Right.
Because like I was able to do the new guy thing. Like I'm new. I'll get the manager. I didn't have to like tell her to
Always
shut
should've
up
been-
yet.
You're gonna have to be like,
Totally,
hey, please sit down. Everyone else is doing fine.
which is
Right.
good.
That is a very good thing where you go like, look,
Yeah.
right, you,
But it was
you're the problem.
It
Yeah.
was cool to meet the head of NBC. Quite honest, I didn't think I would meet
No,
the
what
heavy
an honor.
hitters that early on.
Right, for
But
real, dude.
Hollywood, man.
Hey, you
You're
move
like,
up
hey,
here
if
real
you,
fast.
You know Lauren? Yeah. Any other like
You go, can I take you outside for a second? You go, so the pilot is me as a comedian.
the elevator? Yeah, of course. And this is another show that we need is some comic as a comic.
It's just called Zack.
No one knows me. No one. Not anyone.
But now I know you. It's all about how I kicked this lady out of a comedy show as a comic. That's what I do.
They told me to just distract you till midnight. So why don't you sit down? I'm gonna read the pilot.
Jangling
Yeah.
keys in front of her. Shit.
Yeah.
Any first week training? Any stand out, stick out?
There was one, my first
Willie?
day, there were these two Australian girls. They didn't seem that drunk when they came in, but they were, these pretty hot Australian girls. We'd get them kind of towards the front of the stage.
Yeah.
And towards the-
Australians near the front and drunk people near the front are two no-nos.
Yeah.
Doubled up on
And
that.
they're hot.
Yeah,
They've
and they're
never
hot,
been
I know.
told
And,
no.
and hot people, I try to stay away, try
Yeah.
to not put them in the first few rows because then the show becomes about,
Right.
oh, wow, look at tits in the front row.
Right.
It's just like every comic
Yeah.
has to like deal
I
with
see.
like,
Same thing with that Australian thing. She's like, oh, what's that accent?
oh, God.
That's a great accent.
I mean, I had to tell Willie Hunter was going on like second or third to last in the OR the other day, and there's these two people who were dressed kind of weird, but they looked very much like tourists, and they're from Macedonia, and every other comic had talked to them about being from Macedonia. And I told Willie, I was like, look, everyone has talked to them. Do not and he skated over and he was like, thank you for telling me that. I hate
Yeah.
that. And I was
I never thought about
I
that.
hate hearing it.
That's the problem with like comics never watching each other's sets.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, you have no idea what the last guy fucking did. And you're, like,
Right.
you're just going to do the same thing if you're doing crowd work thing.
I saw that on, I think when I was in the OR.
I think that was that night.
Yeah,
that I was
and
training
other
you.
audience members would answer for the people.
Macedonia.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
He's
on
Glenn.
vacation. Yeah. And it's so funny. Like Francisco Ramos was the first comic up, and he's like, "Well, where are you from?" And they're like, "Macedonia," and he's like, "You don't know where it is." And he's like, "I know where Macedonia is. It's over there. It's in the Balkans or whatever." And he like did know like a couple things about Macedonia. And the next comic like is Dean Del Rey, who's educated in America.
Yeah.
Does not know where Macedonia.
yeah,
He goes,
right.
Macedonia. That's a made up country. Like, and Francisco before him's like, everyone knows where Macedonia.
Oh, that's funny.
God, you guys.
Given the whole
Right.
spectrum of the crowd work. though.
Yeah.
That's good,
It's
you know?
very, yeah.
And then you don't realize why everyone's laughing so hard.
Right. Yeah.
Because
No, it's
they're
like
laughing.
kind of mysterious.
Yeah.
But you just like you think you're killing. Like you're
Right.
kind of killing. It's kind of everyone's laughing at you, dog.
But these two Australian girls,
Yeah.
I'm watching the show and it's fucking, it's fun. I'm happy to be here. It's cool. And this girl, now she's hammered. I don't know when she got completely hammered, but she got completely fucking trashed in the last like fucking 30 minutes of since sitting down. And she comes up to me and gets like half an inch from my face and is like, I have the hiccups. I'm like, what? Like, fucking go away. Like, I don't care.
I agree.
Okay. You
didn't help her, man?
Yeah. No, then she's like, how do I? She's like, literally. I was like, do I scare? Do I help her with the hiccups?
Let me
or do I
get you
just
some
fucking
water
roll?
to drink upside down.
Yeah.
I ended up telling her to go to the bathroom and stand on your head, and I think that might work. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom, came back 10 minutes later, like, they're gone. And I was like, I think she's going to her head. Fucking Comedy Store women's bathroom. bathroom. It's fucking
Someone's
disgusting.
holding their ankles. Yeah.
Hair's
man.
covered in gum. Yeah, you got him. Right?
Shit, man. Yeah, no, I like to, when a customer is like or says something, I just like to respond in the affirmative very simply, like, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I had like 5 like older white dudes who were really out on the town. They were already kind of tipsy coming in. They were like loud, going, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be, we're gonna have we'll put us up front. I'm gonna make fun of him." Like, oh, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, guys, how's it going, everybody?"
Yeah.
and he's like, "I was just joking." I went, "Yeah, I know.
Like, that's great.
I know you're
Cool.
I know jokes.
I understand. No. Everyone make sure your phone's on silent. There's no photo, no video. There's a dude." And he's like, I kind of went in and they like, really, like, it's just so funny. Like, they were all like dad age or what, like they're.
Yeah, was this
they're
last
older
night?
and,
'Cause I think I kicked those people out later that night. If that is
yeah,
last
I
night.
think you were working with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't seat them up front.
Yeah.
And I think, oh no,
No,
you sat them and eat.
We
right?
sat them, yeah,
Yeah,
over in.
that's right.
Yeah, they were talking the entire. I kicked them out like halfway through the show.
Yeah.
They were fucking
Good,
nightmare.
good job.
Yeah.
You taught me that early. You were like, dude, if they're having too much fun, they don't get to sit close. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
If they're there was that older couple I think also came. I'm blending the nights. I worked the main room too many times this week, but like this older couple who were like already yelling, and I was like, do not sit them near the front. Do not. It was like it was a new guy, or it was like Logan or something. I was like, don't put him at the back of one of the tables in the middle. And they still interrupted the show a bunch.
Yeah,
I was just
dude.
like, God, I
When
knew.
people want to, man, they'll fucking find a way to.
Yeah.
Felt like lot lizard vibes,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
very tan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, are the showers open yet?
Like, Irish people aren't supposed to be this tan. This is fucked up. Yeah, that guy, I can't remember who mentioned, I think Adam Carolla mentioned Joe Biden, and those guys just were like, oh my God, not Joe Biden. They fucking.
Oh, this was for the
talking.
Gomez show, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They
Yeah, that
fucking-
was a big
That was
cargo
it.
short crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of questionable life choices in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
really.
Chargers hat is the Alabama hat of the West Coast.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Every time I see a Chargers hat, you're
Roll
like, you're gonna
Charge.
fucking,
Yeah.
literally do.
You can just hand me the knife now, man. We don't need to watch
We
it.
don't need to wand you.
You got a crossbow in your car, that fucking Chargers hat.
Doesn't hunt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no.
It's just in case. Why do you have that accent? You're from San Diego.
In case a liberal knocks on my door, I show him who's buttons.
You're from Kearney Mesa.
Yeah.
Why are you
Fuck
fucking?
up.
What's that fucking accent?
Yeah, that was a real crowd for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show. It was, yeah.
You know what's a weird one? I don't know what to do is like when someone is kind of hovering near a celebrity walking out and they're like, Mark, Marin.
Oh yeah,
What up,
dude.
dude? And I'm like, do I grab you or like, do I tell you like stop?
Can you just
Hovering around is good, and a celebrity or like a bigger comic will like look for help, and you can see
Okay.
that, and that will be like a good like, hey man, do you have a seat inside or something? Like,
Right.
are you looking for the restroom? Can I help you with something
Right.
else?
Okay.
And then like the distraction, they'll
You're like,
either,
do you want to meet Mark Maron?
Yeah.
He loves
He's like, what the
photos.
fuck?
I almost went.
Marin? Yeah, he
From the
loves
show?
interacting with people. You're a big fan. You know that.
Maybe you could be a guest on his podcast, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark, let's get this
Yeah,
deal
what
done.
the fuck?
He was sitting in the patio and it was empty. It was just him like right by the entrance looking out kind of. And
Yeah.
and so
Being a
some,
1,000-yard stare.
yeah.
Yeah.
So some people walked in and one guy was like, Mark. And I almost was like, dude, can you? Holy fuck, it's Mark Maron. Good God, he's right there. He's just like us.
Yeah. Any training story? Anything like you didn't expect, like surprises from training, or like didn't know how?
I was trained by Brandon up in the belly room.
That was great because we were both supposed to train with him at the same time. So we're both up there. And it's just Willie and I just hitting switches by ourselves. We're like,
Testing
see,
things.
he's like, did that do
No one was
anything?"
in the room
No,
besides
it's just
you two.
him and I.
And
I'm
you're
like,
setting up, and
and
you're
I'm
like-
just like, no, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Try the other one.
I couldn't get the headlights to
so
come
sorry.
down.
We're
And he's like
just
talking to
guessing and
fucking John
checking.
Campanelli, like
Yeah.
fucking this deep conversation with John Campanelli. You're like,
Yeah,
what
the meeting of the minds, those two. Real brain trust. Man, yeah, there's a little thing you can do with the chairs too, and you need to, the work lights. Did you figure everything out? Kind
No,
of.
they had me leave. They were like, there's no point. I just went to the main room. I have not done anything in the belly room.
Yeah.
I've not trained there. I have not worked it. They were like, I think at some point Richie was like, just go help someone else. There's no point in you. All you can do is learn bad things right now.
Right. Watch nothing happen.
I do like how Brandon in the group text will always just, he goes, if he's working inside somewhere, he goes, I'll trade to be on patio with anyone. Like, I'll work your patio. Anyone want to work my belly room?
Yeah.
And someone's like, yeah. And he just goes out there and yells at women or whatever. Terrible.
It's effective.
Well, it's constant. I don't know if it's effective. I mean, like, he affects people's day. For
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah, it's not great, but, what are you going to do? And I feel like he always, like, kind of tightens up when I'm around. He'll like, get, like, more polite and stuff.
Oh,
It's really-
funny.
And I go,
funny.
I know what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so they kicked you out of the belly room. So, yeah. Have you worked, Zach, you worked belly room?
I worked it the first time on my own Saturday night.
It's a lot of running around. It's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it was a little stressful. Just because I didn't want to fuck up. I forgot to turn the red neon for the first show. And then halfway through, I'm like, should I turn it on? And Jay Light was there, who used to be a door guy.
Yeah.
So he was like, it'll be weird now. Just turn on for the late show. We're like almost done.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it makes sense. I don't want like them to be like, no, the lineup's really getting good. Let's turn on this red light.
Yeah, interesting. I would have done it at a change or whatever.
I thought about it. Yeah.
Because it looks way shabbier
It
without that red.
does.
Yeah. There's little tricks that this building
And no
like,
one noticed. That's the thing, too. Like, every comic that was on the show, because it was a lot of guys who work here, like Matt Lockwood was on it, Quincy, and no one was like, hey, man, turn the neon. No one. And I just saw a switch that said red. I'm like, that's probably important.
It's labeled pretty good. Yeah. Red's usually an important color, too.
It's kind of like half the store's thing, right?
Yeah. Very much so.
Just like red as in do not pull, or red as in like
stop.
the color of the Comedy Store.
The roof, you flip it, the roof caves in.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire. Immediately.
It must be from that's from Circos or whatever the fuck the place used
Oh,
to
yeah.
be, you know?
Ciro's?
Yeah,
Ciro's.
Ciro's. That's what it was, dude.
Oh, boy.
Circos. You know?
Yeah, we'll get you there. It's okay. That's so funny. Yeah, so 2 good shows in the belly.
They were good. It was Tammy Jo Deeran's show. That shit was fun. Her lineups are like really good.
They can be for sure. Yeah.
It was fun seeing like Doug Benson, Neil Brennan. Yeah, it's weird. Some of those independent shows, like I don't know who these people are, but they book like fucking dope. Like the guy who does Horribly Funny, that show also had like an insane lineup. And then Leslie Jones.
It's a lot of people who have been here a long time who are doing bringers. Like Tammy just used to do bringers and then would like pack out the room and get like Dean Del Rey and a couple people on.
Oh.
But, ever since she started doing it, she booked somewhere else, and then she also booked that comedy at the Magic Castle. So she got during the pandemic. So she got a lot of
Right, I remember seeing those.
So her shows went from like bringer to professional, and she has like an email list or something. So.
That's cool. Yeah. And then the Horribly Funny one, like Leslie Jones walked up and she just like eyed me through the crowd and she's like, you. And like points to me like, come here.
Yeah, good.
And I'm like, what's up? And she's like,
you didn't move your feet, and somehow you were next to her.
yeah, exactly. Like, what's
like,
happening?
Like by your belt loop or so. Yeah, boy, get over here.
I'm like up right in front of her and she goes, "It's your show?" And I go, no.
And she's like, be gone.
She's like, whose is it? I'm like, it's that guy. She's like, I want to get on. I'm like, do you want me to bring him over? She's like, yes. Like, you dumb fuck. You not know step fucking
She's
G?
been here a long time. She's an OG here.
I know. I want to get to that level as a comic where I'm like, whose place is this? Why am I not on stage right now?
Yeah. I don't even have to talk to the booker. I can talk to someone who just works here.
Yeah.
Make them talk to the booker for me.
And I felt so bad for the guy because he was a sweetheart and he had a full slate of comics.
Yeah.
He didn't have any room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like,
and
hey,
Leslie's not going to go short.
I know. So I was like, hey, Leslie wants to talk to you up there about maybe being on the show. And he was like, okay, thanks. And I watched him look at his lineup and then take one step towards her and then step back and look at his phone and take one step like 30 times. And I was just like, dude, Cooper, I was training with Cooper, like, check out this guy. He's afraid to talk to her. He's afraid to tell her no right now. And he just like, it took him like 10 minutes before he finally went up.
Yeah. If I was that booker and I had the full slate, I would have been like, yeah, oh, she wants to talk to me? Turn around.
Yeah.
Walk downstairs.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I have to go shit. I'm going to go try to shit.
Yeah. She'll make you shit.
Right.
Yeah. She gets in you.
Yeah.
Because I've been around so long, I'm a little bit of a Leslie whisperer. So she'll do like come here. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why don't they like me? I go, they like you. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? Everyone's good. And she's like, okay.
No, I saw her in the back of that night, and I talked to her, and I was like, "Are you gonna go up?" She's like, "I kind of want to, but I don't want to tempt fate. Like, if it's an extra ask, it means like I shouldn't go for one more set tonight." So I was cool. It's cool meeting all these people that would have walked past me, but now I wear the shirt, and they're like, "What's up, buddy?"
You're in the fam.
But I don't know if I introduce myself.
It's fraternity shit.
Do you say?
No, you don't. Someone else does.
Okay.
Someone else goes, you know Zack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I like, yeah. So I kind of,
Because Earl Skakel came up right away. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man? I'm Earl. You're new?" And I'm like, "Yeah, nice to meet you." And I was kind of riding that wave.
Yeah.
And then I was on the patio, and Don Barris shows up, and he goes, "What's up, man?" I go, "Hey, I'm Zack." And he goes, and he walked away. And Zach Stein, this comedian, he was in the patio watching tennis and hanging out, and he just turns to me and goes, "Yeah, no one gives a fuck who you are." And then I think Don heard it because he turns back and goes, "Did you say your name was Zack?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "I'm Don. Nice to meet you, man." And then I look back, Zach's like, "Oh, I guess I was fucking wrong about that." That's great. And I felt like he overheard him say that and was like,
I bet a little
I
bit.
should probably be nice to this guy.
Yeah, that's you know, he could have gone the other way with it and just kept walking.
Yeah, I wouldn't have cared.
Sometimes if a server is new, I'll just go. They're like very friendly or whatever, and I just like, I don't have time.
Yeah.
Like, if you're here for a year, then I'll get to know you. But if you leave before a year, there's servers who are here for like 2 years and then come back and they're like, hey, and I'm like, I've moved. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I didn't know you then.
Right. We never knew each other.
Like you're reminiscing about something that's not
Right.
a two-way street.
Right. Remember after you?
Yeah.
We
It was
were in
like,
the hallway. You said after you?
I probably hated you and you were too loud in the room and you were slow with the drinks and you obviously don't work here anymore. So like, what the fuck is? Get away.
Right. We're not friends, homie.
Yeah, but they're nice people.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I get that. I get it takes time to like, and also when I introduce myself to people that aren't like comics I've heard of, I forget their names right away. So it's like, what's the point of even saying I'm Zack and they say their name?
Yeah.
And then I go like, I didn't even hear it. I'm sorry. We're going to have to do this again, I think.
Logan ran through the wait staff for me yesterday in the main room. Or she was like, "Oh, Christine's over there, and this person over there, and this person." And then Luke, you were like, "Hey, tell some other girl like, hey, to do this." I was like, I already forgot all their fucking names. Which one is that?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, she's an E. The E lady.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
If you go, you ask by section per night. It's like, is someone in B?
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Hey, B lady.
maybe
Hey,
not
these
that.
are D's. Come on.
You're fired.
Here's Richie.
Richie would have liked that joke. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. And our boss, like, all the people. Anyway, who was that? He's no Anthony Edwards, but he's up there. I mean, he's more than that. Yeah. Yeah. Any other fights we saw the first week, like the first 2 weeks? I mean, this is like, how long were you trying to get this job? Everybody.
I guess like a couple years, really, like because I remember you guys talking to me about the last round, and I'm really glad I've worked out this time and stuff, But only like a couple years, I think.
Yeah, Zack, I saw you hanging out a while.
Yeah, I've been here since like late 2018, early 2019. I was like in and out, I wanted it.
Like you first moved and then the pandemic started, right? Like pretty much.
Yeah, kind of. I really wanted it for like the first year. It was like all I wanted. And then the pandemic hit, and then I started getting like acting stuff, and it was kind of back in my orbit. Like, would you want to be a door guy? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I think maybe I want like development spots, and then now I've been thinking like door guys get up a lot, and like feeling comfortable here, and this being like a home club for like a guy who just moved here, that would be a really that's like a special thing. Yeah. So then it just became. I started seeing a lot more door guys that I used to hit the mics with when I first moved down here. And was treated less like a stranger when I would come by. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and it's all comics that I like and respect. So I'm like, I want to be in this pressure situation, like them going up. Yeah,
all of them,
not all.
Yeah, okay.
But a lot of them are good comics.
Yeah, that's right. It is a very strong class. I will be honest. Like, our class right now. I mean, there's a lot of us, but it's also like really there's a lot of they're heavy hitters.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's my story.
And you were hanging out a little bit, Torio.
Yeah, I mean, I moved down. You were in LA before me.
Yeah,
I moved down a month before COVID.
Oh damn!
So I was like hanging out here for like a month before it all, and then it was the same kind of thing. It was like the idea got broached, and then it was like I didn't get, like the round before or whatever. And I'm just like, well, I want, I'm around if it ever happens again. And then the window opened, and I got lucky, and
Good.
here we are.
I think it's a good 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last 6 were it was Felicia, Joel, and Hugo, and then you 3.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a pretty good.
It's a fun group.
It's
Yeah.
new, all in 1 year.
Honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, for real. I'm stoked to get with you guys, man.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty-
know.
love you guys.
I was super happy to see you
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
Did you guys know? I know you do a pod, but did you talk to, did you tell him I got the job, and then he was like, I got the job, or did you like kind of keep it a secret in case?
No, once I was in the running, I was like, man, I think I'm gonna go. Like, I think it's very unclear, like the process leading up, and I don't want to be the guy
Everything
asking
is
a ton
unclear
of
here.
questions.
Everything is unclear. Yeah.
So I was like, I think I'm doing a set tonight to be a door guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm
you're not even
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the same thing. Like, you were on mine, and
Yeah.
I showed up, and you have no idea. So I'm thinking I'm showing up to like, in my head, I'm thinking it's gonna be like 14 people doing 5 minutes trying to get this thing, and then it was
Totally.
just you and I doing 5 minutes.
Yeah.
and then just like development spots. So I'm like, okay, I don't know how this works.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a bunch of nervous energy, like
Right.
a bunch of people
I know.
competing against each other.
It's good that they space it out and they
Yeah.
like, just put it in the middle of a bigger show instead
Yeah,
of like
totally.
doing all 14
Yeah.
nervous people.
Right.
I thought it was
Only
like-
3 of you make it is like really a bummer.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
was-
good point.
I was like, is Joe Kim Booster trying to be a door guy? Like, what the fuck?
No.
Yeah.
I get maybe? I don't know. Why is he getting 10?
No, he's doing fine.
Yeah. I hope you get it, Moses Storm.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, one day, keep working, kid.
You took your shirt off because you want to put on a Comedy Store shirt. Nice move.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've been watching a bunch of shows. Have there like any comics that you have surprised you or stuck out, like paid regulars or even like development spots that you've been like, oh, I didn't know they were like this, or someone that you thought was funny that maybe isn't?
Yeah. Both.
Yeah, I wasn't really familiar with Eleanor, and I think she's fire.
Yeah.
That was the first one that came to mind, too.
Yeah, I was
that's
like,
great.
that's
Yeah,
fun
she's
to watch.
She's OG. She started as a server
Yeah.
and not
Whoa.
a comedian.
No way.
Yeah, and she was like Mitzi's like go-to girl for a number of years.
That's cool.
Dude,
Yeah,
awesome.
murderer. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She closed out that Tammy Jo Deeren show in the Belly Room, and the server was behind. And so I told Tammy Jo, I'm like, hey, like, the checks aren't going to be ready by the time you get
Eleanor
to
can
live.
stretch.
And
Yeah.
so Eleanor and Eleanor was getting applause break. And she's just like, let's do some new shit. And it was cool to see someone not be upset that they couldn't end with like a banger.
Yeah.
And then she's like, am I getting off? And they're like, no, the server, they said it in front of everyone.
Yeah.
And she like turned the energy around to like, give it up for the server. Like, we're going to fucking have a good time for a little
She
bit
was one
longer.
of them, so she really like
That
knows
makes
the
sense.
struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
It was really cool to see. Because I just feel like a lot of comics, especially
She's from
performing
Philly.
here.
Did you know that?
Yeah, right. I think I might have heard that.
Yeah, she might mention it once.
Yeah.
And also seeing comics that I love struggle with like a tough room and then go from new stuff back to old stuff.
Yeah.
Back, like Eddie Pepitone, I adore.
Yes.
And
He's
then
one of the best.
And then seeing him after like a lot of people had stepped out or just
I know
like
what
the
you're thinking.
spot. Yeah.
How can I be this sexy?
Yeah.
It's so funny to see him do the same like kind of energy and bomb one night and totally
Right.
crush
Yeah,
the next.
seriously.
That was
You're like,
that was
well, this is comedy. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was the big learning thing for me watching him and seeing how they handle it. I think that's like a big thing of respect among comics. Like, it's fine when an audience is like hot as fuck and they're just ready to laugh at every little detail. Anyone can kill with that.
Right.
But like, let me see you get them back when they're not into it.
After 2 comics have bombed.
Yeah.
And then blame the audience.
Right.
Yeah.
People are leaving as you're trying to do your first bit.
Yeah.
That's always a fun, the salmon swimming upstream, trying to get in the OR, trying to get to the stage. You're like,
Yeah.
wow, this is like, you have to see, like, Sebastian is like trying to move through people
Oh
to
my
get
God.
to stage because they're like, go to the bathroom 'cause
Right.
it's halfway through the show. It's like,
Meanwhile, he needs a security detail when
Right.
he leaves his like arena show.
yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah, arena dog. And then he like, has to come to the OR and he crushes like everyone else, but he has to like fight through,
Yeah.
you know,
I admire the fuck
people
out of
halfway
that.
through their 2-drink minimum.
Yeah, it's been really cool to see that.
Yeah.
Willie?
I've never really seen a Don Barris set before when I started working here, and it's fucking fun as hell, dude.
Yeah.
I had a blast watching him, dude. It's fucking so bizarre and weird, and it's someone having the most fun you can have doing stand-up, and that's what I love about it. It's like most people fucking, it's cool to see someone truly enjoying this fucking thing, because there's
And
a lot
he's
of
draw at the
Yeah,
end
I
of the
know.
night. I didn't realize so many
Yeah,
people
people
like, is
come
Don gone up
forward.
yet? And
Some people are like, he like coming in at the end, and he has his, his ding dongs that come through. And,
Yeah.
Some fascinating people
Oh,
come
yeah,
to see
yeah.
Don Barris.
Oh, yeah.
I saw
and
Wendy's.
they're at their most tired and drunk too, so they're loose and whatever.
Yeah, they
so he's
show
been
up
doing
on
the Human
bikes.
Pyramid recently again, which was a staple. He used to do the band. The band was my favorite. He would have, that video game Rock Band with the fake guitars, and Brody used to play drums on a chair, and Earl played drums on a chair a little bit separate, like only one drummer. And then like Mary Jane would play like imaginary bass. Mary Jane's his like partner, and he would do like lead singing, but he would lip sync, and it was all music that had been spliced together, kind of like Girl Talk, but it was just like literally taking a minute of a song and then a minute of a song and then a minute of a different song, and that was like what he did. And I would do lights, and I would like make all the lights go up and down. That was
That's great.
But he lost like a lot of the band members, like Jason Tebow's not here anymore, so he doesn't do the band anymore. But he's doing the Human Pyramid. I have seen people spit in his mouth before.
Damn.
I have seen people kind of start because he goes, "Who wants to fuck on stage?" And like I've seen people like kind of start to get into it and not really go much farther. I've seen like boobs and people showing their dick and like it's
Some guy it looked like he made a box.
Willie loves it.
Fucking hilarious. I can pull his dick out. That's great. I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
That's
his
great
dick.
writing.
Wow.
Right. This is comedy. Some dude brought like a box that he made with a little dick in it. And he was like, I brought it for Dom for the show. Can I bring it up to him on stage? It's like an offering. And people were kind of like debating, like, I mean,
Yeah, I feel like
that
any
is
other
funny.
comic, you'd say no.
Yeah,
But with
Absolutely not. And then
Don, you're like, maybe he wants
Like,
that.
honestly,
Yeah.
this is fucking,
well,
think
I'll-
it'll-
yeah.
this might have been his idea.
Yeah, I mean, you can yell, and if there's a moment you can go be like, "Hey, Don, someone brought you something. You want to see it?" No, or absolutely. You can take. Yeah, he's a real store unique presence.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a perfect way to cap the night, too. I feel like that's such a special spot. The times that I've been here the past few years, like that person has to deal with that. It's not an ideal situation for anyone who's like worried about their career.
I know.
Yeah, he wears like pajamas basically on stage.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, you never seen him before because you never like stayed that late, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It was always like,
Now that
okay,
it's
it's
your
fucking,
job.
yeah. It's like, all right, it's midnight. Fucking everyone's closing down. I should probably leave, so
You
I'm
can
not
start
just
to
in the
learn the
fucking way.
songs.
Yeah.
Has any of you ever seen the Ding Dong Show?
No, that's the
I saw
night,
Windy
right?
City Heat.
Yeah.
And that's like, I know
yeah.
it's a special fucking Ding Dong Show special feature or whatever the fuck.
A feature presentation.
Yeah, exactly.
of the
Ding Dong Show presents.
Yeah.
I saw Windy City Heat, too. It was great.
Yeah, that's fucking one of the funniest
know
things
this
I've ever
movie,
seen.
Tyler?
I know of Windy City.
Yeah,
I
it's,
have not seen it.
It's
Yeah.
real razor's edge.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Is it okay that he's
Yeah.
doing this?
if that guy wasn't such a piece of shit,
Yeah,
it
right.
wouldn't be okay.
Yeah.
He's such an asshole the whole time. You're like,
and
good.
he thinks he really was in a movie.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
thinks
he was
really
technically.
No,
yeah.
he thinks he was in a movie that was like a cop movie.
No.
He like,
Yeah,
actually thinks that
yeah,
happened.
he's
Wait, he
still-
hasn't figured it out?
That's
he
I
has.
gotta watch.
hilarious.
I have to watch this.
But the Ding Dong Show
It's
is.
the best
I mean, is someone working the belly room tonight? One of you?
No, I'm working the back door.
I'm not. I'm in the OR.
Oh wow, you are.
Well, I'm covering someone, so I could end up in the belly room.
No, I think you'll probably be working over.
Yeah.
But that's a late. You'll see Robert Willie Maprovaya tonight.
Oh,
He's
exciting!
He's in a green suit, and he carries a little like a Dixie plate wrapped in a plastic bag. He wears a green suit, and he's got that to protect him from the lasers from the Nazis.
And he's a paid regular.
Yes, he's a paid regular.
That's
Since like
awesome, man.
the late 80s, probably.
I love that.
And I mean, Don and people used to like torture him. They would shine lasers at him. They would throw menus at him. They would like, they would really like, and he'd like dodge all the stuff and like keep going through the act. It's been the same the whole time. It's been the same. It's
such a
it's
funny
little bit
element
abuse
added
of the
to
mentally ill,
comedy.
but like it's real. It's not great. And they've since stopped like throwing menus and stuff. But the
And he
damage,
comes every Monday.
He comes every
Still
Monday.
flinches when someone gets up.
Oh yeah, and then he's a really kind of nice guy, but he's the Robin William Aprovaya show starring Robert William Aprovaya, and he does his thing.
At least he's against Nazis.
Here's Robert, and he cheers for himself. He goes, "Yay!" into the mic.
Oh no,
it's really and he does his shit, and it's fun.
Is it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it is fun.
It is really fun. I
Okay.
mean, it's bizarre. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
like funny, but it's like, whoa, this is real.
I'm seeing some shit right now.
Yeah, I heard that he got struck by lightning, and that's why he's like that.
Is this
Okay.
the guy that's kind of like hunched over a little and he does like one-liners?
Yeah, he's like Prince William smoking weed, and he's always talking about smoking.
I
weed.
feel like you might be thinking of Jay London.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
you might
it's
be
not
thinking
Jay
of
London. Yeah,
Okay.
but he does. Yeah, he does like little like monologue style jokes because he thinks he's hosting a late night show.
Oh God.
Yeah, he's like Argus with half a brain. Old half brain Argus. Yeah, yeah.
Argus ham-fisted. All right.
Fired again.
We're trying. We're trying, Vince.
Yeah, thumbs down from the booth. It's tough out here. Yeah, I got mad at you. I got so mad, and it's not your fault. You're just like new, but like, there's certain spots you can't put customers. They're bad seats in the room, and you just don't know that until you have like are told, or like something like there's stuff behind pillars and stuff. And I was like, don't put people there. What do you do? And like putting one person in the middle, and you're like, don't put them off to the side.
Yeah.
Put them, and then sit them like with another group of 3 or another 1, and then put 2 behind. But like, don't put them in like the middle. Yeah. So just like little stuff. That
Yeah,
is,
you
like,
idiot.
allergic
Wait,
to.
why don't put them in the middle? Because they're too.
I'm
It's
almost
just hard
outta
to
here,
fill
dude.
in, and a lot singles often get up and down a lot too.
Right.
So they're like getting through everybody, and if they're in a tight spot, then they're like they disrupt like people watching the thing right
Yeah.
around. So you kind of just put them on a side, easy exit, like sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of my unwrittens. Yeah, no hot people up front. Like even hot dudes are like distracting.
Right.
Comes like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, yeah.
Right.
They don't need anything else in life. They can
Yeah,
sit
their
behind
life
a
is good
pillar,
enough.
man.
Yeah,
Right.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. You go in the back with people with funny accents.
yeah. And there's Australians make up like I don't know 15% of our audience on any given night.
That's wild.
Yeah,
A lot of
and then
Irish too. I've noticed.
Another 15% is probably Canadians.
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
25% even. Like it's a lot of Canucks coming down.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You kind of want to sit in the back, it sounds like.
I know.
All the hot,
I know,
fun
right?
people.
Think
are
they
in
ever
the
look
back.
around? They're like, everyone here is smoking. Huh?
I was like,
the hell's up with that?
Right section.
It's like, I can't imagine what the front looks like.
gotta get up there.
It's not even like the back. You just put them like a row back or 2 rows back.
Right.
Like, they're still like very much in the mix, but
That explains why there's always fat cholos in the front row. Every time I fucking hear.
honestly, great audience member.
For real, dude.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
great.
There's definitely a Cholo contingent that's like 10% of our audience that is like LA locals and natives that like they come in and they're like they're in Hollywood for a night, like
Yeah.
date night, whatever.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, they're a good audience, and they're from LA and they kind of get it,
Totally.
so they're good enough. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
They're good audience members.
I've seen a lot of that. Yeah. I saw Eleanor work in the main room, like the cholos up front.
Oh yeah,
Just
she
fucking
likes them dark. She fucks for pigment.
destroyed. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's her line.
All that shit destroyed. Sometimes I feel like, because I saw those guys get up to buy merch, and I feel like a joke can hit so hard that they want a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That is funny. That's good. Yeah. Yeah. What else? Anything stick out? Anything like surprising? Something?
Dude, I was surprised at how scary it is to change that fucking marquee, dude.
I haven't had to go up
That
yet.
that was my first thing I did here.
I
The
run
first-
up and down that thing.
Dude, I was like, Bruce was like, oh, they didn't change the marquee. Looks like you got to change the marquee.
Yeah. Well,
I
he's
was like,
over the
shit.
weight limit.
Yeah, I know. Well, he was my anchor, dude. Thank God. He was fucking holding it down.
Are
But,
you a shaky on the ladder guy?
dude, I was fucking
That's like a leaf.
horrified.
I would rattle. I would rattle.
I'm so scared of heights
me
and shit,
too.
dude. I've always.
I mean, I don't love
jump-
heights, but I trust myself. I can
Yeah.
climb up a fucking ladder.
I just didn't trust the ladder. I was like, how old is this fucking ladder? It doesn't seem
Well,
like a
it's
very
not
new
that,
one.
It's not that old, because it's the second or third one ever since there used to be a great one that was super heavy and like had the right thing, and then Alex Phillips, who used to be a door guy, left it out one night and it got stolen.
Fuck.
That piece of shit.
Yeah, and then ever since that, the Comedy Store is not going to replace something
Right.
that like
Right. We got a
We
ladder.
barely have
We have a ladder
microphones.
at
I found a letter.
Yeah, ladder is in quotes. This is your ladder. Yeah, and the weight limit's like less than 200.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
You have to stand on the very top of it too to fucking get anywhere.
No, you don't.
I had
Maybe the
to
way
get,
you did. Yeah,
to get to the far letters on the very top, dude. I had to get like
Which ladder did you use? The one that extends?
yeah.
You probably didn't push it all the way up.
Did you extend? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I should.
No, I pushed
Yeah.
it all the way. I didn't keep it like triangle. I pushed it against the building.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You should not have the triangle one is not the right one.
Yeah,
That's
there's
not
no
the right
way.
ladder. There's
Yeah.
another one.
Someone thanked me for holding the ladder. I was like, I thought everyone. They're like, no, Brandon Barris just goes. He's like, I got you, and he just stands a few feet away.
Like he does everything.
What a fascinating human being.
Have you seen him seat a room where he'll go?
dude.
It's over there. Your
It's
seat
so
is over
good.
there.
No,
It's
he
like
just points.
4 rows away, and they're like they just go to a booth because they're like, I don't know, whatever. And you're like, who sat the booth? He's like, I don't know. and then he's like, I'll work the patio. I go, good. Yeah, go yell at people. Good.
Yeah, I sat the belly with him, and guess how many people he sat? 0. I did all the seating.
That is so
He just
funny.
sat in the back like, yeah, good,
Proud of this kid.
solid.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude.
At least I try. I might fuck off, but at least I give you the building blocks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's-
I had a weird thing when I walked in the OR with you because I didn't realize how much of like the setting up in there you do.
oh yeah.
And so you were like just doing the last couple chairs and looking around, just making sure everything was aligned.
I get here early.
But
I'm
thought
a loser.
I thought it was like a Field of Dreams moment where like before the night it's all set up and you just look around at everything. Like just like
The L.
He just visualized it. Yeah.
It's a special place, man. I was just like hands folded, like quiet, like, yeah, do I genuflect? Or it's just like, I agree. I just don't know.
Do the sign of the cross for someone.
Your eyes are misting. You're like,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. It's like that. Yeah, that's so funny. I get here. I set up the chairs very painstakingly in every room, and then the servers come in and destroy it.
Fuck.
It's really annoying. Like I set it up for success for the customer, for door guys, and for servers. And then servers make some aisles bigger, but like fuck over customers. And
I did watch a server
Yeah.
come in right after and just fucking like move 5 things for no reason. And then you moved it back and she never noticed.
Right. But I think it's because they come in, they're like, well, I'm going to move these things now. And it's like they don't look and see that I'm working the room. And then they're like, oh, he's probably set it up. They're just like, I have to do it.
Habit.
Yeah. Or just, they need to be hands on. Like,
All right.
I'm helping. I'm helping. I'm yeah. I get mad at that. I got mad today. We couldn't figure out how to get the sign on. Torio saw me pissed as hell.
Dude, I was
And you're like, it's okay. And I was like, no, it's not. And you're like, okay, now I'm pissed too. Now I'm
learned-
pissed at the sign.
Fuck this song.
I was
Let's break
I've
it.
decided.
That's a team player right there.
Good. Yeah, take your captain's
It's a
lead.
ride or die.
Yeah.
It's just a sign, man. No, fuck this thing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I never liked it.
I never knew it turned on. Till
He's just sitting in darkness,
Yeah.
just shrouded in there. I'm like, we got to get this thing on. You're like, that's fine.
Like, I don't know.
seems fine. Well, like
I
you
ran
were
out of-
like 4 or 5 people are like, you got to figure out this sign. It's a sign by the back door. I was
the
working
belly
back door,
headliner.
and I was like,
yeah. And the marquee out front wasn't on. And
Yep.
it's like, and Richie comes in, he goes, I figured it out. I turned them on. I was like, great. And I went out and they were both off. I was like, what the fuck? What is going on?
I was
Yeah.
sitting on the patio when they were off. It was a Thursday night. It was cracking up Thursdays, and someone walked down and was like, the sign's off. And they're like, no, I think it's like a memorial thing. Like
For
it's a
David
flag at half
Arnold.
mast.
Yeah.
And,
It's not.
and me and the other like security guard working there were like, oh, okay. And the person walked away and the security guy was like,
It's
Just
for
kinda not
9/11.
it
working.
seems like a good save for why it's not working.
Yeah. Well, if the save is given to you, you
right.
just say yes
Yep.
and
yeah, right. Yeah, we should all show some respect. Turn
yeah.
off the
Take your
lights.
fucking hat off.
As you walk in.
Anytime something doesn't work, I'm like, well, the queen's dead. So.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Leslie?
'cause- why's the sign off? 9/11. What?
Okay, you're
I
hired.
guess.
That's yeah, but shit works around here kinda.
Yeah.
I showed you around the green room and all the little back stuff. I showed you like little I like showing everybody like the little passageways and stuff you can kind of like sneak around.
Yeah.
Be like, it's an old fun build. I mean, this that we're in the podcast studio used to be a tunnel that connected to under Sunset to the place across the street.
Whoa.
What?
Back when it was the House of Blues?
Well, way before then, like
Oh.
the
Yeah.
40s, 50s, 60s,
It
whatever.
was an
yeah.
Italian heritage tunnel.
Yeah, a little bit. This thing of ours. Yeah. A little bit of that going on. But it was like, it's like little stuff, you know?
Damn.
Very cool.
There's a spot in the green room of the belly room that you can see into the main room.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a holdover from Ciro's where like the managers could check on and see no one's getting too raucous.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
So there's little things.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah, that is cool. Even that like crawl space on the way to the whatever in the sound booth in the main room.
Little hobbit door.
Yeah, I think it's so sweet. Yeah, and that little it's almost like a
literally-
hammock they're on, like it's not a hammock, but
crow's
it's like-
nest.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
the sound guy kind of hovers above
Right.
the main room audience. No one knows they're there.
I know.
It's pretty special. Yeah, and like to get there, it's a door that's like 4 feet high.
I know my like thighs are burning walking up. I have like
I've
I
never
had to go.
been up there. Yeah, that's
I had to
I'll
go.
show you after this. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's wild.
it's cool. I had to tell the sound guy last night. Louis J. Gomez come up and he's like, "Hey, can you make sure everyone's doing like the lights at 12?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure the lights at 12." But, all right.
Yeah.
I go up. I'm like crawling through this fucking thing, and I was like, "Hey, the lights at 12, right?" And he's like, "Yep." And I'm like, "All right, I'll."
Did he
Walk
get surprised that you were up there?
Yeah, he was like,
because
"What the
no
hell
one,
are you
no one's
doing here?"
supposed to go. Yeah.
It's like, Jesus,
And
man.
yeah, honestly,
How
like,
much do
no
you
one-
weigh?
Yeah, there's a weight
you
limit.
fucked up. You fucked up my way back, you piece of shit.
You think the ladder has a weight limit?
I know. I was walking on this and I was like, "Am I gonna fall like into somebody?"
Right.
Like, down.
Yeah.
He's like,
You
dude,
could.
this is the only place where I can turn around. You got to crawl out backwards.
Yeah. You got to make a K turn with your body.
It's like one of those Vietnam fucking tunnels.
Yeah, World War I
spikes
trench.
down here.
Yeah.
That way to the ocean.
Yeah, there's thin bamboo covering up a trap. Yeah, sure.
Why is the instructions in Russian?
Yeah. No, it's a nice little play. I'm glad to have you all on the team.
Thank you.
We're going to close it. Oh, I forgot to say sponsored by, well, usually it's Thirster, but right now we got Good and Gather.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty terrible. Thirster was a brand of water that it's like super generic. They also make our grapefruit juice and the pineapple juice that comes in the little cans.
Okay,
I tried the grapefruit juice. So it's just okay.
Yeah.
good.
So that's the review for the grapefruit juice. Just okay.
We had,
Thanks for
we had a
sponsoring.
liquor rep stop us on Sunset and like, comedy
This
store?
was great.
Yeah.
You guys know who buys the booze? I'm like, we're new, man.
Yeah.
But I wish I had been like, we're a Thirster family, dude.
You would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Checking
Those
his
pineapple peddling sons of bitches got me again.
Yeah. Yeah, again, every Wednesday at 10:30 in the Belly Room, you can come check out a show. It's free if you mention the Doorcast. Shout out Gino from Speedweed. Shout out Big Bad Brad and Mike Z, always dropping money in the bucket, and Shannon, always dropping money in the bucket. Thank you for getting us lunch, a little bit of groceries here and there. That's very nice.
And Eggman.
Yeah, Eggman, thank you.
I love Eggman.
My
Never
man,
hatch.
Eggman. Yeah, never. Never.
Never crack. And did I say Gino from Speedweed? Gino from Speedweed, always dropping off joints and making sure everything's
Yeah, I got one
cool.
last night.
Yeah, that's how it goes. It's pretty nice.
What a guy, I know.
When he gifts you. When he,
I didn't even know who he was. He just walked by, gave me a joint, and walked away. I was like, "That's the coolest guy I've ever met."
I had the same reaction.
Well, if John's here,
sick.
who knows when what's his name's getting back? One of Don's friends got who? God, I'm blanking on his name. I'm sorry. He just hands out 20s.
Whoa, I gotta find
It's
that guy.
Yeah, what?
That guy sounds tight.
Oh, Hans Gruber. Hans Gruber. Yeah, I hope to see Hans soon. He just hands out 20s, and he's Don's head of security,
boy.
self-appointed.
Sure.
I thought for a second you were talking about Hans Zimmer.
No, Hans. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Hans Zimmer shows up and just.
Just 20?
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's obviously not his real name. Right. Yeah, is Hans Gruber? It's not
Who's
the bad
Hans
guy
Gruber?
from Die Hard.
Yeah, that's
It
the
is
bag
the
of
bad
bag.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer's the
composer.
Yeah, the film
composer.
score guy. Yeah.
Composer, and then it's Hans. I think he calls himself Hans Gerber or Hans Gruber.
Okay.
Hans, we'll see you soon, maybe. Willie, what do you got to plug? Handle everything.
Follow me at Willie Simon _ on all things, and check out my podcast with my buddy Eric Friedman, Two Dumb Babies. We got another one coming out also. It's called The Ripoff, where we talk about scams. So check it out.
Okay, nice. Torio.
I'm at Torio Van Grol. You can find the Hesby Street podcast with me and my boy Zack.
Spell that.
HESBY.
Perfect.
Street.
And then Zack.
Zack Chapaloni. Yeah.
It's spelled how it sounds.
It's spelled
Chapaloni.
I changed the spelling
Which
to
is not-
exactly
yeah.
how it sounds.
Oh, so it's not actually.
No, it's not my legal
If
name.
you're stealing his identity, it gets more complicated.
Yeah, it's hard. Take it.
Try a little harder than that.
Good luck. Yeah.
And Hesby Street Pod. Yeah, I do that with Torio. ZackChapaloni.com for upcoming dates and come to the Comedy Store.
You have your still the website holdover from 2010.
Well, we have
Everyone said it
Hesby
was
Street
so
Pod.
important.
We have HesbyStreetPod.com for clips and dates too. Merch.
Good. Yeah.
By,
And if you run into him, you can get a business card.
yeah, I can find me on the patio.
From Vistaprint. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bought
the
thick
email's
ones.
wrong. I had to cross out the email. I changed it.
Yeah.
You could buy 1,000 for $10.
I got the thick ones. They fill up my wallet really
Yeah.
bad. It sucks.
Shout out Tony in the booth. Thanks for doing it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.